here that everybody has been waiting for. I've seen all over Facebook this week. I don't frequent the MySpace that much, but I'm sure a lot of you have been posting on there that this is the match everybody's been waiting for. So we're going to just go ahead and cut right to it. We're going to go ahead and bring our referee. Can we get this match? Are you sure you even need a referee for this match? Just in case there's a pinfall or a submission. This match can be won with pinfall, submission, or escaping the cage through the door. Ladies and gentlemen, the first competitor in this match. And the second competitor.
I am the light.
Championship. Introducing first, standing to my right. He comes to us from Cordell, Georgia. He weighs in at 225 pounds. He is the main attraction, Michael Hirsch. Standing in front of me, he comes to us weighing in at 263 pounds. He comes from Knoxville, Tennessee. He is the Messiah of the Spine Buster, David Young. And to my left, he is the reigning and defending AWN World Heavyweight Champion. And he comes to us from Tampa, Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the real deal, Jake Slater.
We are underway with the moment we've been waiting for, our main event, the triple threat steel cage match. AWN Commissioner Ricky Silver back in the booth here with me. And Ricky, we've been talking about this. It's been all over Facebook. It's been heavily promoted for months now. This contest with Michael Hirsch, David Young, Jake Slater. The pin's already starting out in the open minutes of this contest.
Yeah, as you can see, Michael Hirsch from the opening bell goes straight after Jake Slater. He's got a vendetta against Jake Slater. As you can see right now, it's like he's getting in David Young's face. I'm not sure how good of an idea that is. And
we remember David Young actually cost Michael Hirsch the AWN Championship, and David Young actually carried the AWN strap for a short time before losing it to the real deal Jake Slater. And so really all three of these men really have the gold on their mind tonight as they're in the confines of this treacherous steel cage.
Yeah, all three of these guys know what it's like to hold that AWN World Heavyweight Championship. Like you said, David Young, 2 months ago at Halloween Hill, David Young defeated Michael Hirsch for that title and was later defeated by the real deal Jake Slater. So just in the past 2 months, all three of these men have had a taste of that gold.
And I got to tell you what, I've seen Michael Hirsch since the day that I walked in these doors, and I have never seen him so focused, so hungry to go after the gold. And the fans now behind Michael Hirsch. David Young coming back with repeated shots. Former TNA superstar and the self-proclaimed Messiah, the Spine Buster, which I'm sure we'll see show up at some point this evening, taking Michael Hirsch into the corner, leaving him out cold on the mats, and now turning his attention to the AWN Heavyweight Champion, Jake Slater.
Oh, what a kick to the back. I gotta tell you, that's gonna be putting rings up and down Jake Slater's spine.
You gotta wonder if David Young has a chiropractic license after throwing a shot like that, because he's gonna need some chiropractic care after this night's done. And both men wanting to dish out that first taste of that steel cage. And we saw each of the talent at the beginning of the match going around and checking. We see there's not a lot of give in that steel cage.
No, there's not. I mean, all it takes is hitting the ring, and you can hear the cage just rattle from the impact of it. Ooh, speaking of impact, how about a kick to the face of David Young from the main attraction?
There's going to be a lot of sore bodies after this contest tonight. We can pretty much be certain that there will be blood spilt, at least if Michael Hirsch has his way, as we saw in his opening comments tonight here at Christmas Chaos. And Jake Slater with Hirsch in the corner, very blatant choke, hanging Hirsch out, and now with those shoulders to the midsection.
I'm not exactly sure why the referee's counting here. There's no disqualification in this match.
Well, again, senior referee Curtis Chapman, he will, he's just kind of going through the motions at this point because he, just as I'm sure the rest of the fans in the WrestlePlex want to see a clear, decisive winner. This has come to a head over the last couple months, and we may very well see a new AWN heavyweight champion tonight, or the possibility of Jake Slater retaining that title. Anything's possible. JT Smooth making his way around outside the ring. I'm sure he'll come to play at some point tonight.
You hear those knife edge chops.
Did you say something about those chest shots tonight, man?
Oh my goodness.
Ringing, resonating all through the building tonight. Wait.
Oh.
There it goes again.
That's retaliation. Oh.
I have felt those, and those are not pretty at all.
Oh, David Young getting in on the fun. Giving both men a knife edge chop.
David Young dishing it out Tennessee style, as they do up in the Midwest, and coming down to visit us for Christmas Chaos.
Yeah, he came to me earlier, and he did say, this is how people from Knoxville do it. And personally, I've never been up there to see a wrestling show, but if this is what it's like, I'm glad I'm down here.
Knoxville, Tennessee, that's where the good old boys roll, buddy, and they are not apologetic about their actions. They are very blatant, as we see David Young drop to the back of the head.
That could easily give Jake Slater a concussion.
Can you say? I'll tell you what.
Michael Hirsch making sure that there's no pinfall right there. That could have easily been a pinfall for David Young.
I hope they've got an ambulance hanging around somewhere outside here, or a medic or something, because I think by the time this is done, these guys are each going to need some medical attention. Jake Slater looking to get out the cage.
Hirsch
having nothing to do with it.
Oh, big punch to the face. You can see Jake Slater's head jerking back from the impact.
And you know that Hirsch wants the gold. You know that he wants Young, but more than David Young, him and the real deal Jake Slater have got their issues.
Yeah, as you heard earlier, Michael Hirsch did guarantee that Jake Slater was going to bleed every ounce of blood that he had in his body. And he usually does come through with his promises, but after what we just saw right there with that low blow, it might become a little bit harder now.
Yeah, when you got somebody like the real deal Jake Slater in there, again, unorthodox, but it gets the job done. David Young the same way, dealing that blow to the lower extremities there, and both men down on the mat after receiving shots. And David Young seizing the opportunity with both men feeling the repercussions of those delivered shots. David Young with Hirsch off the ropes, and a sleeper hold.
That's not what I expected in this match.
What?
Double sleeper.
Double sleeper hold?
I've never seen that before, John.
I've seen it a couple times, and it makes for a very interesting predicament. It can either go forward or backward, but if it goes backward, you got both David Young and Hirsch coming down on Jake Slater. It could go in just as I thought. So the referee should be down there counting, checking those shoulders on Jake Slater, but instead we're checking for the sleeper hold. We got a 2-drop, and no, David Young still has life left in him, as he was going for that third arm drop, and still got that life going. And the fans here at the AWN WrestlePlex looking on intently at the actions of each of these competitors. Looking to see who can gain the upper hand.
Jake Slater still holding on to that sleeper. I can't see from my point of view if David Young still has it on the main attraction, but it's possible. Okay, I see the main attraction. He's getting up now.
JT Smooth, as we saw in that last shot, looking on. And JT Smooth, I've got to give it to him. And again, a few weeks back, during an interview I did with him and the undefeated Techi Mikuchi, I said I'm not a betting man, but if I had to look at his hand, he's got a full house, man. I mean, he's got Jake Slater, Techi Mikuchi. He's got quite a stable that's running underneath of him, and he's got champions that he's working with, and so he very well could play a very important role in tonight's match. And Hirsch taking Jake Slater down with that closed fist. And Hirsch knows how to throw them better than anybody.
I gotta say that I know that for a fact. He does. And now he's coming down with more fists.
This is kind of starting to look like a schoolyard street fight, man.
You knew it would sooner or later with the real deal Jake Slater and Michael Hirsch, the bad blood they have between each other.
Are we looking for a cage shot?
Oh, first one of the match.
Face of steel tonight.
Jake Slater eating the steel. I can tell you that's probably going to be a bad taste.
Not just eating, man, but a face full. I mean, that's just like a smorgasbord of steel, man. That was all you can eat and more.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The buffet's open for another half hour, 45 minutes, who knows how long, but we're going to have a whole lot more of that being dished out tonight, I'm sure.
I'm sure Jake Slater's full of it, though. He don't want any more taste of that.
Well, one taste of that cage, and I'm sure is, one trip to the buffet bar, pretty much all you need in a trip like this. But Jake Slater, as you said, I'm sure kind of wishing for that to be the last trip. But Hirsch, he is the gracious type at Christmas time, isn't he? Saying, hey, man, take another trip. And Jake Slater taking another trip into the steel cage.
Get another serving for the platter. Now more fists right on the head of Jake Slater.
Talk about a man with an agenda, Michael Hirsch.
Oh, is Jake Slater busted open?
We've got blood.
Oh, first blood of the evening. Michael Hirsch came through with his promise. He was going to bust open Jake Slater. Oh! Now David Young taking out Michael Hirsch with an enziguri.
And I may want to remind our folks that are viewing us on ComSouth Channel 100 repeatedly through the course of this broadcast, we have aired the TV 14 rating, and so parents may want to encourage you to take parental caution if you have young kids in the room. You may want to make sure that you're taking them to safe quarters, because this is only going to get ugly in a minute as the real deal Jake Slater taking another trip back to the cage.
Yeah, and that can't be good for that cut on his head, as you can see.
That must taste good. It must taste like chicken, man. He just kind of keeps going and going and going.
That's one piece of chicken that I do not want to bite out of.
I'm telling you what. And
just raking his head across the
just
cage.
Like a cheese grater.
Oh, man. I got a feel for the Jake Slater. No matter how much people like him or dislike him, he's in a bad way right now.
And I'll tell you what, I mean, Jake Slater, a veteran in his own right, and Michael Hirsch, multiple-time AWN heavyweight champion. You got to give the edge to David Young, former TNA superstar. Again, Messiah the Spine Buster has been all over this country, wrestling some of the top stars on the national circuit and independent circuit. Now a part of the AWN roster. We see Hirsch taking...
Nice move by Jake. Uh-oh. What are they doing here? Oh! Did you see that? That was a double German suplex?
Again, can you say chiropractic care? 2 counts.
Wow. If you hear the crowd.
Taking that opportunity to go for the pins, another 2 count. Not able to capitalize on either man being down at this point.
You can hear the crowd saying that was awesome. I got to tell you that they're right.
The fans at AWN show their appreciation for each of the talents in the ring. And the meeting of the minds here.
I thought David may have been going
inside the box.
Oh.
Now David Young getting a taste of his own portion of steel after that toss into the ropes from the real deal Jake Slater.
Now Slater going after Hirsch. So he might be wanting some of that payback for getting busted open.
There's those chest slaps again. Uppercuts.
Right through the throat, too. Like Jake taking Michael Hirsch up to the top rope.
Now this could go either way, man. We can either see him come off the ropes. The ceiling clearance in the WrestlePlex is not very high.
No, it's not. Oh, watch out.
I can't see.
David Young behind me.
Oh, you've got to be kidding.
Oh, what do we have? Oh! Whoa, no words are necessary.
What do you say to that?
Let's let the crowd tell you. I can't even hear myself thinking here.
This is those times where as announcers we just have to stand back and let the audience speak for itself. And Young going for that 3 count still on Jake Slater, kicking out at the 2.
I tell you, it might have been better to go for the pin on Michael Hirsch there. He took the brunt of that, being at the top of that statue.
And we see our head of security going for the door. Hirsch looked like he was going to try to make the escape outside the door.
Oh, now Michael Hirsch.
Trip to the buffet table.
Well, looks like you got a piece of that chicken that you were talking about.
A little chewy this time of year and almost kind of gritty, but all three of these competitors feeling it.
He's going again. Oh.
And again, I mean, you look at the structure, and as these guys are hitting the cage, there's not a lot of give that's there. So, of course, we see that it's already taken itself.
Oh.
Jake Slater.
David Young on a House of Fire sending both men straight into the cage. Looks like David Young's calling for some blood himself.
And Slater kicked out on the 2.
Is Michael Hirsch busted open now?
It's hard to see from this angle, but he is definitely desensitized at this point, if I may use that term.
I can see it on his hand. He is busted open. So now Michael Hirsch is bleeding. Not sure where it's coming from. Presumably the head. That's the part that hit that steel cage.
Took to that wall of steel.
Oh!
Wow! Amazing super kick.
He just took Jake Slater's head off.
Desperation, man. He saw that opportunity. And
I thought that was it.
Michael Hirsch, he's there at that door.
I thought that was it, John.
I mean, you heard that kick. I mean, we heard the chest shots and everything else, but that kick was just absolutely amazing.
That was foot meets chin.
The man still has a head left over. After that, David Young blocking the repeated shots from Jake Slater.
Backing him up against the ropes.
And
boom!
The spine buster, delivering that powerful spine buster on Jake Slater. And
Michael Hirsch seizing the opportunity. Oh, nice TKO for Michael Hirsch. If he goes for the pin, that's going to be it.
Brother, we're at a point of desperation moves right now. I'm not sure how far into this contest.
Cage door is open. JT Smooth.
JT Smooth.
Oh! That cage door just clocked Michael Hirsch.
Crossbar from the door, catching Michael Hirsch.
Oh, Jake Slater with a pile driver. And
Jake Slater capitalizing.
He can't kick out of that.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, that is it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner, and still the AWN World Heavyweight Champion, the real deal, Jake Slater. In the words of the great announcer, oh my God! This is incredible! Jake Slater still your AWN Heavyweight Champion! The real deal Jake Slater, man! He is your heavyweight champion! And you know what? They have to promise you whatever, but Michael Hirsch said the blood will be spilled in this cage tonight. And it has, between Hirsch and Jake Slater. Young still way out of the ring. Definitely one of the best matches of 2010 took place tonight. Guys, let's give every single one of these competitors a huge hand.
For logo time.
And you know what, with that, it's hard to say that Christmas Chaos 2010 is a wrap. And again, all of our folks that are watching on ComSouth, thank you guys for joining us. We hope to see you guys next year, 2011, every Friday night right here at the AWN WrestlePlex 1361 Peach Parkway. Visit our website, All-Star